ESL One Cologne is upon us. We've wrapped up the first two groups, A and B, from the first group phase. We're standing here with Device from TSM. You've already gone through the groups. You're already in the quarterfinals. But before we get to that, let's just ask some of the questions that you asked in the pre-interview. First off, how was your preparation like? Did you have any boot camp? What was it like?
Yeah, we boot camped at Take TV in Krefeld, close to here, and it was good. We had like 5 days of boot camp. It went okay. It's not that it went like really great and not really bad. It was up and down, but it paid off. It seems like.
So did you have any special preparation? Did you look into the other teams? How much time did you put in into looking at your group, at the other teams?
I mean, like, it's hard to counter in these groups. You know, if we lost against NIP, we would probably face the team from another group, and we couldn't prepare them. But obviously, we prepared for an NIP and Renegades. And yeah, basically, we didn't anti-strat as much as we wanted to because we wanted to make a lot of new things. It seems like every teams are making new stuff, so anti-stratting them would make no sense since they also make new things. So it's just playing like with new tactics, and they have new tactics. So if your tactics are better than those, the new ones, it will work, and it did.
What did you think about your group then before when it was out? What did you think about NIP, CLG, and Renegades?
I mean, it could have been worse, but they're like all good teams. CLG, I rate them really high. I think they're an up-and-coming team, probably on the level of Dignitas, and yeah, NIP. You never know. It's a major, and they'll probably bounce out of through to the quarterfinal from at the groups and do something amazing. So it was. We looked upon it like it was hard as always, and yeah, I don't know, like that. Yeah.
So looking at the first match, Renegades, you picked Train for it. Well, you didn't pick it. The random element picked it. But yeah, what did you think about the Train coming out against the Australians? How did you feel about it?
We knew that we had to ban Cache and Cobblestone because Cache is their best map, and you never want to play a team on their best map. So Train was like the only map that we really didn't want to play, and it picked Train, and we started CT and lost gun round, and we lost the first weapon round, and we were like really pressured. It was 5-0 to them, and Kerrigan really stepped up his game and kind of carried like a lot of rounds outside in yard area and Train, and yeah, kudos to him. He made it happen against them.
So there were some streaks. There was a streak from Renegades, as you mentioned. Then you had one, and it kind of went back and forth. Was there any point in the game where you were kind of afraid?
At the 5-0, and also when they started winning rounds as CT. I mean, like, it's a team game, but still sometimes I have some problems at majors. People know that, and I had it in the game against them as well. And something I'm working on mentally, but like it's hard sometimes if you whiff shots. It's not even if you have a bad score, but if you feel like you whiff shots and you make your team lose, it's hard psychologically.
All right, so next up was an NIP kind of expectedly, even though they had their problems with CLG as well. What did you think about Cache? I know that you actually banned Train first this time, even though you played it against Renegades. So what was the thinking behind the veto, and then what did you think about the map coming out?
So this morning, we suggested in the team that we were gonna play Cache against NIP, and Kerrigan wasn't like a big fan of it because our practice in Cache haven't been that good, to be honest, and we're discussing it back and forth, and it ended up on having Cache as the third map, but we don't want it, but it's still there, and they picked Cache again, and yeah, I guess like it turned out pretty good, but like in the pre-game talk, it was kind of messy, and it was kind of stressed out because Cache was the only map we like didn't want out of the three, as well as in the Renegades game we didn't want Train.
All right, so do you feel like you dodged a bullet after beating NIP? Because with the system, you couldn't really prepare for the other group phase, where you just match up to a team that's in one of the other groups. So did you feel like you dodged a bullet right there?
Yeah, you gotta say that because you know Kingwin is out there, Titan is probably maybe out there, or if not Titan, it's gonna be Navi or Fnatic or whatever it is, and yeah, it's always tough to reach like major group stage, and also now you're playing for like to play in the Lancers arena, which is what everyone wants to. It's the biggest prestige ever, and yeah, we probably dodged a bullet, but we also performed like really good.
So what do you think about the change then? What do you think about the fact that you will match up against that and basically another group?
I mean, like, it doesn't favor the teams at all, and I don't know if it favors the viewers, to be honest, because you don't know when your favorite team is going to play that day, and it's kind of, if you only want to watch Navi games, it's hard to know when they are playing those games. And I don't think it's a good system, to be honest, because you can't prepare for teams as well. I mean, like, we had to prepare for 12 other teams then, and nobody wants to do that. It makes no sense, and also 7 maps for all those, and yeah, it's kind of stupid, it's silly, but it's there. You can't do anything about it.
All right. So looking at the playoffs, what would you be satisfied with? What kind of result would you be satisfied with? A top four, for example, or are you just going for the win as always?
To be honest, my teammates said in some pre-game interviews they just want to go to the semi-final and the top 4 because the competition is so hard. But I really want to play a final in the major. And if we end up losing a final, it's meh. But the final is my goal and it's the team goal as well.
All right, Device, thank you for the interview. Do you have any last words, shout-outs to fans, sponsors?
Yeah, thank you for all the guys supporting us. It means a lot to us. Even though we don't interact that much, we always read your Twitter messages and everything. And thanks to our sponsors and Team Solomid.
All right, so that was Device from the first day of ESL One Cologne. Check out hltv.org for more like these in the coming hours.